an eargasm of learning and a no-fuss show. Welcome to the Creative Talk Podcast, where you can learn straightforward topics about branding, digital entrepreneurship, online business, and many more with your charming host, John Santos, along with inspiring entrepreneurs, creators, and thought leaders worldwide.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Creative Talk Podcast with me, Jan Santos. And today we have a very special guest, guys. Our guest for today's episode is the owner of Patterns of Possibility, an authentic platonic connections coach. Wow. That's like a tongue twister there. It was a challenge for me. But I love the vibe. I love the smile. Very humble, very kind, very approachable, guys. We've been exchanging messages, laughing. I just love the spirit pushing you up there, right?
Yeah.
Well, Lee, I mentioned this off cam before we start. I'm full of gratitude. It's a blessing to have you with us. Time difference, and I know you're a very busy person, but I really appreciate you spending the time to be with us here in the show and, just having fun, sharing values. And again, thank you, my friend.
Oh man, it's such a pleasure, Juan, and I just don't know what to do with myself. So thank you.
Well, okay. I'm very excited. And I know our listeners and viewers are so excited to know about, the topic that we are going to focus on this episode. But before that, let's step back a bit. I'm excited to know who or what influenced you to be in this position you are right now. Really, because you're a coach, right? You're you're
Right, right.
you're reaching
hmm
out to people, you're guiding them. More than that, you are really transforming people's lives. But I'm excited to know the story behind that before this powerful human being in front of us today. Give us your story, share us your journey. The floor is yours, my friend.
All right. Well, sure. I'm an authentic platonic connections coach, so I'm working on what that sounds like to other people because I understand it is a tongue twister. But what is an coach? Is
Right,
to help
right.
people see friendships and connections in that way. And the reason why I got into this was because I had so much trouble making friendships in the first place and so much
Oh,
difficulty connecting with people. In fact, all of my relationships just exploded. The friends, family, coworkers, all those relationships, they were just awful. And that's because I didn't know how to be a friend. I didn't know how
whoa.
to connect with people authentically. And so I went on my journey of self discovery and learned that it wasn't, in fact, anybody else's fault that I couldn't connect with people. It wasn't that I haven't really found my tribe, essentially. There were some things that I could do to be empowered
Mm,
to make real connections, to be a real friend.
mm,
And that is why I do what I do. So, little more about me. I grew up in a small town in Ohio,
right.
and I searched all around trying to connect with people authentically. That didn't work. So, I heard that I need to move. I need to find my tribe. So, I
Mm.
took that literally and physically moved. I moved around the state of Ohio. I left the state of Ohio for California. I moved around the state of California, and I moved to Chicago, where I am right now, right
Mm.
now. And I even moved around in Chicago until I discovered that there was something more that I can do. That's how I help people understand that they have power in connecting with others, especially
Wow.
especially if you're in the entrepreneur space. You
Right.
really want community and connection. There might be a sense of loneliness there for you.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's such an amazing story, Lee. But you mentioned entrepreneurship, right? And
hmm
I love that you brought that topic about you being an entrepreneur, making money. It's a
hmm
business, right? And that's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. But there's a there's a big chunk of it that a lot of entrepreneurs are being lonely, right? And they're having problems making connection. It doesn't mean that you have a lot of people around you. Everything's okay,
hmm
right? Can
Yeah.
you focus on that before we move forward to our topic?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, it's an illusion
Mm,
that if you have a lot of people around you, that you feel heard, understood, and connected. It's an illusion. You got 200 people saying happy birthday to you on
Right.
Facebook. It feels fake and hollow. You really just need a couple of friends that understand you deeply and closely. And when you're an entrepreneur, you look at the rest of the world, and most of the rest of the world are doing like a 9 to 5.
Mm,
These people don't understand your hustle. They don't understand what's going on in your day-to-day life, how you have to work 16 hours, what your wins and what your failures look like, and how to support you in that journey. So as an entrepreneur, you're going to need that support. And it you've got to find people that
ooh.
understand your hustle, that understand your flow, that understand what you were doing in the day frustrated at them.
No, when people share toxicity, even though they
Mm,
don't mean to do so, it really
yeah,
affects people, right? When they suffer something, because you mentioned, the relationship with the boss. So and that
absolutely.
happens. They experience something in the workplace, and then they go out, they share it with someone, not knowing they're dumping that toxicity, and then that's a bad part.
Exactly. Exactly, and then, all they really want is to feel heard and understood. Like, if you had a
Yes.
bad day, you wanna vent, you wanna share that with somebody, but the thing is, you as an entrepreneur, you also wanna share your bad days or your wins and successes,
Right.
but the key is to connection authentically to authentic connection with people is that they understand what you're going through, and they demonstrate that they understand. They're not just shaking their head like, "Uh-huh, uh-huh, bad day, uh-huh, uh-huh." No, you may as well talk to a wall. You don't
Yeah.
talk to people like that. You want to be authentically connected in the sense that you know that they understand what you're going through.
Mm.
You know that they see the world in the same lens that you do. That's what we're
Mm.
looking for in life.
Love that. Love that. Well, now we're focusing on, you, me as an entrepreneur, and everyone that is listening and watching this podcast episode. I'm excited to know, Lee, since you mentioned you opened this door already, what is the mindset of a winner, a winning mindset of an entrepreneur in your perspective, in your journey? I'm excited to know, with all this proper connections and how to deal with it. It's a battlefield of the mind, right? Because
Right.
the floor is yours, my friend. Feel free to share.
The mindset of a winner. I love this because I I hadn't even thought about this as being a mindset of winner.
Mm,
I really believe it is not controversial, but people say selfishness is the best way that
mm,
I could say the mindset of a winner is. But I'd like to take the connotation and all the feeling about selfishness and throw it out the window
mm,
because when you do things that are for yourself, when you take care of who you are and what's important to you, you are going to win. You're going to
mm,
feel satisfied. That's for the sake of your own enrichment. You're going to find that there's a lot of passion there. And what do entrepreneurs have? Passion. That's what keeps them moving forward. That's what keeps them focused.
mm.
That's what keeps them knowing that this is the right direction.
Right.
Because against all odds, against the rest of the world who is doing the 9 to 5, you are blazing your own trail. You have to know that you are in it for you.
Mm,
You have to know that the benefit for you is there. It's not for
mm.
anybody else. So I would say the mindset of a winner is definitely selfishness, but it's a good selfishness,
Love
right? It's a
that.
good selfishness.
Love that twist. First time I ever heard about that, but it really makes sense. Love that. Love
Yeah.
that, Lee. Um, we received a message from Instagram from, wow, this is another tongue twister name. The Rodaki? Sorry if I butchered your name. So that's a weird name, but sorry if I butchered your name. It's a question for you, Lee.
Yeah.
First, thank you for sharing all about connections. Can you share? It's a long message, but I'm gonna just get the gist. Share tips to avoid wrong connection or wrong. I think what.
I get it.
Yeah. I think you get
Yeah,
the
I get
point,
it.
right?
Do you want to find so what I hear is that you're trying to avoid running into people who might take you down or
Yes, I
might ruin
assume
your business.
Rodaki had a series of, wrong connections. So it's me assuming, making up stories here.
Yeah.
Tips to avoid those wrong connections in the future.
Well, here's the thing. This is what I'm going to tell you. And this is the most important thing that you'll ever hear about connections with people,
Mm.
connections with anything, is really understanding that you're not looking to avoid anything.
Mm.
You are looking for something.
Ooh.
You want to know what it is that you're looking for because the way the world works, from what I understand, from my experiences, is that if I'm always looking out for the other guy, I'm always going to see him. I'm
Mm.
always going to see that person that I don't want to see. I'm
Right.
always going to be around the people that I don't want to be around. So the way to work through this is to look for, understand the things that you really want in life and look for those things. And if I could really quick, I want to give
Sure,
you some
sure, sure.
tips on what to look for. So
Sure,
I
the
tell
floor
my
is yours, my
clients,
friend. The
all
spotlight is
right,
on you.
all right, I almost started to roll into that.
Go,
So,
go, go.
hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate the spotlight. So there are three things that I
Mm.
tell my clients to look for. The three important things. Of course, this is all selfishness. You have to know about yourself. You know what you're looking for, but there are three important things to know about yourself that are
Mm.
going to help you connect with people authentically. There's one, there's your history. What is important to you about your history that you want to talk about? Do not go to places in which you cannot talk about your history. You're not going to like it. You're going to hate it there. You're not going to like it. You're not going to connect with those people. Your history and your hobbies, number two. Those are the things that bring you joy. Those are the activities that you do that light up your life. If you cannot talk to people about those activities that bring you joy, you're going to be in trouble. You're not going to like these people, and
Mm.
they're not going to like you because you're out here talking about your entrepreneurship and how you're winning, and they're like, get out of
Nah.
here. Eh, get out of here with that.
Right.
You don't want to talk to people like that. You want to be the things that bring you joy. And then finally, your habits. Your habits are the day to day activities that you do. And you may not notice them, but they're important to connecting with other people. Let's say you're a bigger goal out there in life, you want to save money. Do not connect with somebody who doesn't care to save money. It's
Mm.
going to show up in their habits because while you were saving your money, drinking coffee at home, they're going to Starbucks. They're going to
Ooh.
invite you to go out to lunch. You can't, you're saving your money.
Right.
Nope. They're going to invite you to go out to the strip club. You can't. You're saving your money. You cannot connect and relate to that person. So know what you want from your history, your hobbies, and your habits. Know about yourself, and you can connect with anybody.
Wow, those are like powerhouse tips.
Yeah,
Thank you, Lee. Thank you. Can we have one more question?
sure.
This is from Peters. See, that's the beauty of simple names. Well, I want to be a beacon of light in my workplace. How can I start to connect without being intrusive?
Start to connect without being intrusive.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
he wants to share some light, but also respecting the privacy of people. He doesn't want to be arrogant or something, but he wants
Yeah.
to connect.
Yeah. Do you want to? It sounds like you want to facilitate
Yes.
conversation and
Yes.
get people
Yes.
interested. You want to ask them about their day and
Right.
maybe
Right.
even a little deeper, like what goes on outside
Mm.
of work.
Mm.
Yeah, I I have a actually put a webinar together for this thing. So
Wow.
this is really a
So
great
Peter,
timing.
Peter from Instagram, please, because there's a webinar waiting for you. It's funny because
Yes.
if you can message about what's the industry of your workplace is, so Lee can have an idea of what your environment is. But I'm sure Lee here
Well,
is ready to answer that,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think that this can work in any workplace or with
yeah,
people at all at any place.
yeah.
But the what I've discovered in my own journey, I've worked in warehouses, I've worked in where people swear like sailors or whatever, using heavy machinery,
Oh,
worked in
there you go,
factories,
Lee. You
and
mentioned
yeah,
warehouse. He's in a factory worker. They make
factory.
boxes, yeah, and things like that.
hmm
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I've worked in corporate offices, so
Mm.
this is really helpful. What you really want to do is be secure. That's like I've leaned in for that. That's a trap. Be secure, but seriously,
Yeah,
you want to share something about yourself first.
yeah,
You want to be open and honest and connect with them in a way that helps them feel close to you.
right.
Not too much. You don't want to dump too much information on them. I
Yeah.
tell people that you want to share the gist of you, which
Mm,
is I love these acronyms. JIST. You want to share something that's joyful. You want to share something that's important to you. You want to share something that you're secure about, and you want to share the truth. And that gets them loud. So, you like it feels genuine when you connect with them.
right.
It's not pushy. It's not you trying to get sympathy or
Mm.
asking them to take care of your feelings. It's turns out to be an invitation. This is the best weapon, the best weapon. It's not even a weapon. If you're trying to open somebody up, all you want to do is share who you are
Woo.
in a kind, generous manner, and they're going to be invited to do the same.
Love that. Ah, man, that's a mic drop there, Lee.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, thank you for first sharing your story, your journey, and then following it up with laser focused tips, answering
Mm,
questions. Man, thank you. I learned a lot. I'm sure our listeners and viewers learn a lot from, well, James said, the master. The
the master.
master. Thank you. Thank you, Lee. But we are not done yet. We are not done yet. We are now
All
in the
right.
part that we will play a game. Okay?
All right.
It's a tradition here in the show. We call it the creative fast talk. I'm going to be asking you questions, and you are not allowed to spend much time thinking what the right answer would be. First word that comes into your mind, boom, shoot. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
All right, let's go, Lee Hopkins. First question, sun or snow?
Sun.
Okay, structured or chaotic?
Love. Structure.
Love or money?
Love.
What is always inside your bag when you were a kid?
Books.
Wow. I did not expect. You're the first one who answered that. We always get like chocolates, candy, Barbie doll, or like a water gun, a water gun or things
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
somebody said a water gun.
Yeah, yeah, water gun. It's fun. It's fun. This is,
Mm,
I think, if I'm not mistaken, episode 118. I've
wow.
heard it all.
Wow. Congratulations on so many episodes. I bet you have heard a lot about it.
Yes, yes. But this is the first time someone answered books. Why? Were you really into books, or
So
is it
for
because of
me,
studying, or is it
it's
like,
because of school.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
the only
okay.
reason why I would have my bag is to go to school.
Right,
That's the
right.
only reason. So it's not a profound. Now
Yeah.
that you probed into it, I seemed really smart before, but now it's like it's
Right,
just
right.
practical.
All right, next. Lee, are you a passenger or driver?
Driver.
Mountains or the beaches?
Ooh, beaches.
What is the weirdest food you've tried so far?
Uh, octopus. Like yeah, I tried it in a soup, and the texture of it just yeah. I
Was
mean,
the
I've
octopus
had it.
alive? Was it alive
N-
still?
Oh no, gross. That's even worse.
Was it
I know. I've
moving?
seen.
No, no.
No,
All
no,
right, all
no,
right. Okay. Well,
no,
how was
no,
the
no.
experience? How was the experience?
It was chewy. I didn't appreciate the texture of it. I've
Right.
had octopus before, like
Yeah.
well, calamari, like
Oh
fried, and
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah,
crunchy.
yeah, yeah.
But octopus is like, and it's not a. I'm used to just
Right.
having to chew a few times.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Why are
Next.
you?
Um, what is your dream superpower and why?
Oh, my dream superpower is it revolves around books, but it's the idea that I can pick up a book, read it, and retain the information easily. And
Oh,
that'd be it. Because I think knowledge is power. And
yeah.
so if I knew how to do lots of things, I'm thinking like a Rick and Morty kind of level thing,
Yeah.
you know, just
That's
pick up any
that's
book
that's the
and know it.
epitome of knowledge. That show is like there.
Yeah, like how does he even know all the things,
Yeah.
all those things?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. This last question can lead into something serious depending on how you take it. All right. If you have the power to bring back someone back from the dead, who would it be and why?
Um, Michael Jackson.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Michael Jackson. I really enjoyed his music when he was younger, and I
Mm,
wonder if he could share more about the experiences that he had later in his life. I
mm,
mean, now that he has gone to the other side
right.
and he knows what's there and he could return to us,
Mm,
and without, I imagine that I'd imagine that he'd return without anything to lose.
mm,
He'd be like, come in and we could tell him, we'd ask him all the questions and he wouldn't lie about stuff.
right.
And we get the truth, we get the facts, we get the reality of whatever his experiences were when he was here. And
Wow.
so I'd like to know more about what that level of talent has done for him,
Mm.
and like as an individual on an individual level, and what are the things that he got into and how.
Sure, and I'm a Michael Jackson fan. I remember when I was a
Hmm.
kid, back in the days, we have this, I know you know this, cassette tapes.
Oh yeah.
I got like what you call that? Two tape collection of Michael Jackson. So
Nice.
yeah, I don't
Like
know where is it right now. So, but there you have it, guys. Lee Hopkins sharing the amazing journey, the story behind the brand, giving us powerful tips, and having fun with us in the show. Now we know that aside from his expertise, he doesn't want to eat octopus. Thank you. I know you have a lot of promotions, webinars, like you mentioned earlier, any online releases, social media accounts. Please do promote. The floor is yours.
All right. Thank you so much. You can find me at patternsofpossibility.com. That's where I have my webinars. So I have one called No More Boring Conversations. The reason why we get stuck with people that we don't care for, we can't connect to, because we don't talk about the things that are important to us. If you want to start great conversations, you have to skip the small talk and speak from the heart. If you check out patternsofpossibility.com, you'll find that there is a link right away to the webinar. It's free to join. Check it out. And also, you can find me at Patterns of Possibility on
Yeah.
any social media. I'm out there everywhere. I'm
Wow, there you
everywhere.
have it, guys. Please do connect with Lee Hopkins. I'm sure he can help you in your journey towards success. All right, guys, that is a power pack episode. Always remember, have a positive outlook in life, smile, and God bless.
Thank you for being with us here on the Creative Talk Podcast. I'm your host, John Santos. Don't forget to listen and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. See you again, always.